Hello Taurus, hope you guys are doing fabulous. Welcome back to the Sapphire Spider Oracle channel. If it's your first time being here, thank you for checking it out. We are getting started with your Lionsgate reading. Lionsgate portal is August 8th, 8/8, and it is definitely already open. I've already been getting my own signs. If you see a lot of big cat energy, lions, tigers, bears, not bears, but lions, tigers, bears, and then lions, tigers, cougars, panthers, cats, dogs, wolves. All of these symbols come through at Lionsgate at this time. And we're just checking in with your tarot reading to see what spirit guides, energies, or messages are coming through this portal for you. And we're coming in first and foremost with the star. And you have these two cards here that wanted to come out with it. So let's start with the star. What it's giving me straight off, it's literally talking about the Lionsgate portal. Lionsgate portal relates to the star Sirius. Sirius has been closely studied by all kinds of civilizations for thousands of years, and it has been considered the second sun to our Earth, right? It's the closest star, the next closest sun to our Earth. And so therefore we get a lot of energies, and it wants to say beings, and that's where it's showing me these little dots. We get a lot of beings and guides from the Sirian star, the I'm assuming planets around it, right? And everything like that. The star itself is the portal. And I read this the other day. It was talking about our own sun. It was talking about how the sun, interesting that you have the star, but the sun is also coming through on here. The sun, our star, is literally a fusion energy portal for new energies to enter our world. You can think about that scientifically, as in like, right, when it has a little sun flare that comes off, it does in fact affect, like, you know, our electromagnetic things going on. Okay, and that's where it's just giving you the analogy, Taurus, that if our sun here and what it does scientifically affects us, why would you think that spiritually it does not also affect us, right? It's talking about like astrology in general. The moon affects the tides and magnetism. The sun affects electromagnetic stuff and, you know, like all kinds of things. Without the sun, we totally die. So it's bringing it, all of that analogy back to the star Sirius, understanding that Sirius is a sun, it's a star, and yes, it also has an effect on us. It also brings energies into our realm. It could have, and that's where, you know, with all the stuff coming out about NASA and everything lately, Taurus, we've been discovering all kinds of stuff, and we understand that you could be in space and a star, however many light years away, can explode. And if you're just in the right place at the right time, a shockwave of energy off of that star with radiation and stuff can come through and still wipe you out and hit you. And you wouldn't hear it, you wouldn't see it, you wouldn't know it until you were just, right? It's not talking about things on a cataclysmic scale to do any of that and freak you out. It's just giving analogies at this time. So if you can imagine all of that radiation, plasma energy that comes off of stars in general, comes off of bodies, planets that help affect our world, our universe, why would you not think that the Sirius portal does that too, right? And that's where there's definitely that hope message of like, you know, is this stuff real? Is this stuff real? Yes, that's what your guides are saying. Yes, this is real. It's saying that it's your Sirian starseed guides literally talking to you. Like, you're a starseed. Your Sirian guides are literally talking to you right now through this reading. Yes, they are here. Yes, they are helping and guiding you. And yes, the energies from this portal do affect you. So there was some need for confirmation there. Some need for confirmation there that yes, this stuff is connected and happening. What's up with these two cards? I'll flip them both. Interesting messages just came through. So the first thing it showed me was how we got our star here, we got this star right here in this moon on the Nine of Pentacles, and then we have the moon with no star. It was saying something like, and now it's not here. And that's where, just follow me for a second. Let me follow my own trail and see what your guides are trying to say. What it brought to me is, there was this artist that I found on a Facebook post. They were doing like a biopic of her. This artist had 20 different identifiable personalities within her psyche. She'd obviously been through tremendous trauma through childhood and had suppressed a lot of that, and it came out as a mental disorder, which is where, to protect herself, she created these other personalities within her mind, and then she became those personalities, right? And now she has multiple personality, or I think it's dissociative identity disorder, or however it is phrased now, when you have multiple personalities. And coming to this right here, in that whole interview that I watched with her, there was one point in time where she had a daughter. When she gave birth to her daughter, she was actually in a different personality. But obviously she recognizes that it's her daughter, so she had this daughter. And obviously with her mental condition, a lot of folks, eventually she was being reviewed by the state, and they took her child away, okay? They took her child away because they felt like she wasn't fit to raise a child, according to the state, because of her many personalities. And so then she had to go through the debacle of getting custody back, right? When she was going through the phase where her daughter was living somewhere else, one of her personalities was always painting. They all painted, and that's how I found the post, because all her personalities paint now, right? But there was just a few that painted it first, and one of her personalities always painted a Madonna and child. And then when her daughter disappeared, that other personality mysteriously started painting just a woman, and the child was gone. And it was always the exact same painting over and over again, and then suddenly one day the child was gone. And that's what it is bringing right here, and I cannot tell you why. There's something missing. There's something gone. There's something that is absent. And that's where we talked so much about the Sirius star up here. So I'm very much getting that sense right here. And then it's like it's missing. It's gone. It's not the portal that's missing. It's not the star that's missing. That's where it was saying maybe you just can't see it. Maybe you just can't see it. So there's something gone, Taurus, or you just can't see it. And now this energy does become much heavier. You might definitely be dealing with some, oh, there it went. Okay. Some of you guys might be dealing with something medical, mental health, emotional health. There's something there. And with this pentacle, Knight of Pentacles here, with this pentacle here, and then it's missing, it's like you're missing your pills, your medication. It's like you're missing money to buy your medication. It's like you're missing something that you need. Very much puts you into an emotional state like the artist I was referring to. Is not saying that you have that condition. It's just obviously you're distressed. And part of you, whether you feel that part of you as like your main personality or if it's something suppressed, feels the loss and importance of whatever is missing or cannot be seen at this time. And I think that's why your guides are here talking to you right now, because I think they're telling you that it's not lost. You just can't see it right now. And that's exactly why we have a Knight of Pentacles and the Moon. The Knight of Pentacles is a very slow, trudging energy. It's a very stubborn energy. This is feeling definitely like a very Taurus-y card today. It's a very trudging energy, stubborn, a little obstinate, but also just a little worn down, kind of agitated, annoyed, ticked off. That's very much the vibe I'm catching off of this young buck is what it's saying, right? And there's that word buck. We're talking about money and stuff. That's definitely a Pentacles thing. I said it's just been a journey. Like, that's the whole thing is like, I think there was this guiding, shining light at one point. You can call it a therapist. You call it insurance. You can call it hope. You can call it something related to some medical stuff. There is something that was just like, yes, like, like, right? Really needed it. It was a guiding light through definitely some mysteries where you felt like you didn't understand everything and the journey was really hard. It feels like you were very grateful for it overall, right? And then it was missing. It was missing. And that's where we come to this moon card. Now, the moon can represent a lot of fear and the unknown. Because when it's dark at night, you can't see everything. Sometimes you can't even see the moon at night if it's cloudy. And that's where there's this message here just saying, like, that might not be... Number one, this card might not be fully depicting the situation to you. And that's where there's a bit of that confusion energy. And it's saying, you know, when there's too many clouds over the sky, you can't even see the moon. So if it was all about trying to see the star Sirius, well, some nights you might not be able to see it. Does that mean that it's not there? No, of course it's there, just like your guides. That's a message from your guides. You can't see them or touch them or feel them, but yes, they are there when you can't even see them. So I was talking about passed on loved ones, ancestors, when you can't even see them anymore, when you can't notice them or even feel them. Yes, they are there. They are guiding you, right? But also, this is about money and resources and something else. And it's like taken away for a while, or it's just missing, it's absent, it's lost, we're not sure. Something's kind of like paused right here. And there's something to be learned right here. And part of what we're learning through is some of that fear. What happens when there's no light at night, when the stars are gone, when all you've got is like the moon in the dark? You have to find your way anyway, right? And the moon teaches us, therefore, to trust. Because the moon is a very sweet feminine energy on the flip side of the whole fear and confusion and darkness and illusion message, right? The moon is very much like a motherly energy. It's very sweet. It's always present, even when, and we are literally at a new moon when I'm recording this. So there's that new moon message too, right? It's like, even when you can't see the moon, it's there, okay? It's there. So you're just feeling around in the dark for something at first in this Lionsgate Taurus, but the main message coming through from your guides is we are here, everything's present, you might not be able to see it, but yes, it is here, okay? And you're learning to trust the universe and trust your guides and trust yourself that everything's going to work out, even if it takes some time. You just know things are going to come together for you no matter what, and you always know someone or something is looking out for you. So that's where you got to trust the universe a little bit more. You're not always being thrown to the wolves. Yes, exactly. You're not always being thrown to the wolves or just left out in the dark. Sometimes things need some time to come through a portal. Look, there's that time message always on a Knight of Pentacles. Knight of Pentacles is slow. Some things just take time to come through the portal. What you need at this time, especially if you're getting this fear message, and I would say again with the mental health, it is, and especially if you are like out of medication temporarily through insurances, there's things missing that you don't have access to anymore. Definitely feeling more of the mental health message in this regard. What you need to do is find all the peaceful things that you enjoy. You need to relax. You need to meditate. And most of all, though, all of that is, and you could just simply sit down and do it this way. It's just, you just need to be calm and chill. You are little baby lamb of the universe. The universe is going to shelter you and take care of you. It's all going to be okay. And that's the thing about any mental health situation, is often the side effects are the very things that make you worry about your mental health, because they're just going crazy. So if you're out of a medication, out of money, having to wait for some reason, what you need to do is practice some mindfulness. And I'm not saying that in just this, oh, you should just do this way. Like, I have my own little mental health things, right? When I've been out of medications, when I've been out of money, when I've been out of time or resources in order to take care of that business, the only other thing you can do is take care of yourself the best way you possibly can. If you need a day off to rest, take it. If I have thyroid stuff, and my main symptom is I will sleep. Take a nap, dude. Like, meditate, get in your Zen mode, take a nap, sleep it off. This person is not upset or crying. This person's a little annoyed and everything, and that's where there is this fear of like, ooh, and like all this stuff kicked up about, that artist and her many personalities. Like, just calm all that down. Calm all that down. You just find whatever you need to make yourself feel good at this time. Because if you can't get access to the things that you need, then it's up to you to ultimately take care of yourself. Remember at the end of the day that you're the number one priority. You cannot serve others if you're not feeling well. And if you can't get access to the things you need to feel well, well then make it happen for yourself the best way. How? Take a bath, take a nap, go to sleep. Eat the foods you want, sit around, watch TV, whatever you do, do not stress. That is what your guides are saying. Do not stress. So you need to take all that stress off of your plate. That's the first thing you have to do, is take all that stress off of your mind, off of your heart, off of your plate, because that's just not going to help you at all. Father of Cups. King of Cups. Very sweet energy for sure. It just gave me a Mary Poppins song. It said, a spoonful of sugar helps the medicine go down. I was thinking that this guy could be a doctor or a therapist. I would go more with a therapist, because a doctor is usually a little bit more in like the swords energy, or yes, the pentacles energy. A Father of Cups is all about the arts and that inner expression, music, right? The things that live inside of our emotions that we need to express. So this could be a therapist for you, Taurus. Somebody that you are able to talk to. This could be anybody else that would therefore kind of fulfill that role. They're very sweet. They're a very good listener. Swans don't swim away really fast and stuff, right? They kind of sway and linger and stuff. So he's willing to stay and listen. With it being a black swan, and just drawing me to the colors of the night here, it's like someone that's experienced with these moods, or at least how to talk to people about those things. Like, they're not this stark, clean, white swan that's all about, like innocence and purity and so. Like, no, they know about a lot more of this heavier, darker energy and what it does to us on the inside. So they're very much a good listener, and they're very present. And with this coming in here in the center, that's what's coming through, this serious gateway for you. So especially if you are wanting a therapist, a doctor, medication, someone to listen to, a good friend, a role model, something, a guide, right? They're coming through this portal, and that's what you need to calm your mind on and focus on. What are you looking for in a therapist, in a guide, in a doctor, in a friend? It can literally be your dad. And that's the thing, is like, what are you looking for when it comes to that comfort or the resources that you need? What are these things that you're looking for as far as qualities? Like, some folks don't like every doctor or therapist, right? So it's like, what kind of qualities of this person are you looking for? That's going to help you manifest this guide, but they're coming anyway. So it's just, right? That's your exercise. That's your mental exercise. You're supposed to help visualize What is it going to look like? You can't, and that's where something comes back to this, well, I can't really see it. That's okay. It's okay if you can't actually see what your guide's going to be or look like, but you can visualize what it is that you need the most right now. It sounds like you need someone to listen, someone who's obviously going to be sweet. I said be kind. I think this kind of feels like your last card right here, Taurus. This feels like the wrap up right here. What's this final card? Seven of Wands. Okay. It just gave me the song overall, This Little Light of Mine, I'm gonna let it shine. A Seven of Wands is usually about having to stand your ground and defend yourself. And I'm not getting so much of the defend yourself vibe here. It's actually giving me a little bit more of what I usually see in a Six of Wands, which is kind of like a victory message. It's like there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. These, and it said pick up sticks. It did that in someone else's reading too. There's like a little child vibe around. So it said 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Pick up sticks. That's where it's like you've knocked these over. You knocked them down. This is very much your energy shining very bright. Either by the end of this or just like you're like right like the light bulb comes on kind of deal. It's not so much of that defensive energy, it's just that you're shining so bright that you've knocked these other folks, these other things out of your way. And you stand very much on your own in that sense of just like you stand out, you're individual, you let your light shine, it pushes any other obstacles or people out of your way. It just said like it can't be compared, right? Like this cannot be compared to these sticks. There's something special about it. And I'm kind of feeling like that message is coming off of this, right? And that's where it's talking about your individuality, Taurus, your individuality. People will never be exactly as you are. Whether they're other Tauruses, whether they're your twin sibling, right? There will be differences. So individuality is a really big message coming off of this Seven of Wands over here. This is something that you really stand up for. Again, woo, okay, woo, it just came back. So there's individuality. Yes, Taurus, your message just fully clicked. We were talking about that artist with the multiple personalities. There it just clicked and it was showing me how these are like other personalities. You don't have to have that mental health situation for this idea to apply. Sometimes we get fragmented on our decisions, on what we should do, what path we should take. And in essence, you can see that as different sides of your personality exploring themselves, right? Part of you is really uptight and has a hard time making decisions. A bit of you is very much a wildfire, an individual blazing forward. One of you is very calm and timid and yet very creative and artistic and thinks, yes, well, this could maybe be a good thing. And the other one's like, no, we've got more serious business, right? There's just all kinds of little pieces of you that, whether it's coming out as full-blown personalities or whether it's just these different little pieces of yourself that have been kind of competing against each other and talking over what it is you really need. What the final message really coming through is, I'm an individual, I'm important, my individuality is important, and that's where it's more about this fusion unity message of like all the pieces of yourself coming together and right? And that's where you blow the rest of them out of the water. The rest of those mindless little pieces that are just kind of roaming around in your head saying different things, it all comes together as this one decision. And that is where you stand up for yourself. You stand up for yourself in the way of you pursue what it is you need. It sounds like you need a guide, you need a therapist, you need a mentor, you need somebody, and that is this person that's also going to recognize this light in you and help you stand up as well. But it's more about that willpower and what you identify with and the decisions and thoughts that you're holding coming together for that one big decision. that's what's coming through this portal for you as well. So you're getting a big guide and you're getting everything coming together. Yes, it keeps doing this, right? Everything's just coming together. And that's what is coming in for you, Taurus. So let me know how that resonates for you. Definitely just pay attention, look out for this guide. Keep working inside to bring all of your attention and energy together into that one stream of focus. You are the one that's going to set this whole thing off for yourself, okay? And that's what I got for you. I'll see you guys on the next batch of readings. Thank you so much. Bye.